cut my life into pieces.
This is my last resort.
I was expecting y'all to keep going.
Nope, that's as far as we go.
Do you want to figure out how the ocean was invented? Continue to listen, and you'll find out.
Can the government actually cut off a foot of a blanket, put it on the bottom, and now have a longer blanket?
Imagine living in a country where you think you're free and your government actually protects you.
America.
No.
Canada.
Yes. All right, welcome back to Tinfoil Testament. We're still three friends in a four-sided room, stuck here. So please listen to us today.
Please.
Please.
Thank you. Anyway, in news, whoever's listening to this, we did get a sponsor reach out to us.
Also, I'm Jeremy. Thank you.
He's not the sponsor.
Perfect timing.
But either way, we don't know if we'll take it or not.
Wow, don't introduce yourselves.
I'll introduce myself later on
Wow.
at a very convenient timing.
We'll keep people guessing.
Well, okay then.
All right, what's on the list, Andrew?
Ooh, should I just go down the list or should I just start with mine?
Both.
Yeah.
Both? Oh, okay.
Nobody can see this, but Andrew's eating the mic.
Well, yeah, because I don't want to. I don't want my.
He's literally kissing the mic when he does that.
It's kind of gross, actually. We were telling him to stop, and he won't.
Oh
He's
man,
got an issue.
we don't talk about that.
Try not to.
We don't talk about that, Chief.
Do we need to run that back?
Yeah.
Okay, running back.
Running back.
All right, tell us about the ocean. Whose was that?
That's my topic.
Okay, talk to us about the ocean. What's wrong with it?
Do we really
Where'd it
wanna
come
talk
from?
about-
Where'd it go? Why is it doing the things it does?
Let's talk about butter sausage.
No, let's talk about the ocean, please.
People are, I hope people understand that reference.
I don't, so.
Okay. Well, it's Vandy's fault, so.
It is. I did send that to him. Don't ask me why I'm looking up buttered sausage.
Whoosh. Whoosh. Think about soft ocean breeze as you listen to the waves crash. Whoosh. Whoosh.
What's wrong with the ocean?
What do you mean what's wrong with it? Why does it have to have wrong with it?
What's right with the ocean?
Man, this podcast is going everywhere, ain't it?
I'm trying to get to the ocean. It's number one on the list.
Okay. Well, I started going down a rabbit trail with this one, and I started with one different topic, and I wound up here, and I just thought it was interesting. I've heard it on other podcasts, but I figured why not? Let's just go ahead and talk about it.
He's a little emotional, folks. This is a big topic.
Anyway, oceans, Vandy, stop this, stop this.
Sorry, oceans.
Oceans, not Ocean's 11.
Not the song by Hillsong.
Or the song by Hillsong. But today we're going to talk about the Perry Reese map. This map was originally found on a shelf
Nice place for a map.
in Constantinople in 1920. Right.
Okay, so fairly recent in the grand scheme of things.
So it was found in 1920 on the shelf.
Nice.
And they found the signature, and the signature is Perry Reese. And he was a Turkish admiral that drew a map that puzzled cartographers and historians to this day. And he drew this map in 1513. Okay? That's when he drew this map. And he depicts the coastline of Antarctica, which is significant because supposedly we as humans, we didn't find Antarctica until 1820. We didn't find it until 1820, and the maps before 1820 didn't depict Antarctica. Instead, it was just another open ocean down there.
Yeah, you're making a lot of people mad with this.
What, you want ocean of an ice wall?
Yes,
around?
all those people.
Yeah.
I'm not of the belief, but there are some that listen to this.
The world is cubed.
Okay, Minecraft boy.
The world is cubed. So there is an ice wall.
Okay, so the whole ocean
Anyway,
thing
sorry.
is debunked.
Yeah, but
Not real.
yeah, we don't have an ocean. Is that what you're saying?
No, that's what you said. You said it's a cube.
Your mother. Okay.
Very
So-
nice woman.
So we hadn't officially discovered Antarctica until 1820 as a human species, supposedly. But this is even crazier because this is the original subject that I wanted to talk about, was how longitude and latitude system came about. That's what I was originally going to talk about.
Yeah.
But this also plays within it, so I was like, hey, why not? But, so the longitude and latitude system that we know today was not invented until 1790. This system allowed sailors to be much more accurate with their positions to prevent themselves running aground or smashing into cliffs, because there's been several accounts of,
How do they smash into a cliff?
well, at night. It's completely pitch black. They're sailing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no lighthouses.
Yeah. So
Make them.
they're
They do later.
they're sailing at this point by the stars and only the stars.
Yeah.
So, but with the latitude and longitude being invented, how that came about was you have to have an extremely accurate clock in order to have the latitude and longitude. And that's a whole nother subject I'm not going to
Yeah.
completely go
I don't
down
know
into.
anything about those.
But nobody could invent, even Isaac Newton could not invent a clock accurate enough to be able to create this system.
How? Okay. How do they know they need a clock?
Because
That's-
they were basing it off of, like, say you depart from London.
Yeah.
You depart from London and you start sailing, right? If you look at the lines on the map, they're
Right.
spaced out.
Time
specific-
zones?
Yeah. Time zones.
Okay. All right. That answered my question. I put that.
Yeah. But they wanted to find a system to be more accurate while they were sailing.
Okay.
And when they came up with this clock, they finally solidified the system. So, anyway, they were developing the system, they got it, and now they have an extremely accurate clock that it only loses, like, I think, like 4 seconds after 3 months or a month, something like that.
Oh, wow.
So it's pretty accurate. But this allowed the sailors to be much more accurate and prevented themselves from running aground into cliffs. And even in hazardous conditions.
So they basically time themselves. Like it should take us 4 hours to get from here to there.
Yeah. And then
Okay.
they calculated use math, and they also used it for so I forgot which one's which, but the horizontal lines from north to south.
Yeah.
Right.
That's latitude.
Latitude. Okay. The latitude lines, they're easy because the Earth doesn't rotate that direction. But the longitude lines were the ones that were difficult. So, even without this system, his map was extremely accurate. And it was so accurate that the coastline of Africa and South America was only half a degree off longitude.
Ooh.
Now, this is in 1513.
Before everything was discovered.
No.
Or the clock. I mean,
Okay.
discovered time.
So anyway, they have this this map.
So how did he do it?
So according to his own writings on the map, this is how they found who he was and so on and so forth. But his own writings on the map says that this wasn't his own knowledge, but in fact that he grabbed that knowledge from 20 other source maps, and they even dated all the way back to Alexander the Great,
Oh,
which is
at
before
least
Christ.
At least he didn't plagiarize. At least he's like, hey, I got this from somewhere else.
Yeah. So he openly admitted on that map that it wasn't his information. Like, he didn't sail and get all this. But it's an extraordinary map because of the fact that, again, we didn't supposedly discover Antarctica until 1820. So here you have this Turkish admiral that has these ancient maps, even to him, that he's writing down this information. And on that map, Antarctica was bigger compared to what it is today, which kind of lines up because the loss of ice. But it almost, well, it doesn't almost, but it completely rewrites history that we know it. Like, I'm a firm believer that we don't know history.
Yeah.
Like,
I
all
agree.
all the history books that we have and all the history that we have written down,
I agree.
like, it's not 100% accurate.
You ever ask two people, like, that were at the same place at the same time what happened? And they're vastly different?
Completely different.
Well, I think it's beyond that. I genuinely believe that there's a cycle where technology and knowledge reaches a certain point, and then some sort of cataclysm happens, and it's lost. And I think like that's what happened. Like that they'd had stuff we don't know about because it was lost to whatever it is, sickness, destruction from like a volcano, flood,
Yeah.
something. I think we're in cycles.
But how did this guy get the maps?
Well, that's the thing. They don't know.
So he's just like, I just got them.
They don't know exactly what maps he found and what maps he used.
Okay.
But this clearly shows that it's going against mainstream history.
Right.
But this clearly shows that there was large trade routes all across the globe.
Yeah, there's even the theory or idea that Solomon traded with the Americas,
Right.
not with well, he traded with Egypt, but not just parts of Africa, but like some of the city names that we don't really know what the city is. Might have been some of the Americas.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. What book is that in? Is it in Kings?
Yeah.
Where it talks about the land where he gets all of his gold from.
Yeah, he like sends off and
Yeah, a lot of people are speculating that it was from like Michigan or something like that.
Which completely goes against the idea of like the Americas were never found by anybody until.
Yeah, and I mean we have Viking structures pre-Columbus in the Northeast.
Really?
Yeah, and in Canada. So I mean,
That's crazy.
it's accepted too by mainstream.
Well, yeah, I mean, even Christopher Columbus is not the first, obviously.
There has been artifacts found, supposedly, in the Grand Canyon, and they're Egyptian artifacts.
Yes.
And so this is,
We got to get into that one day
yeah, I know.
because I think it's cap.
You think it's cap?
Yeah.
I hate that term, by the way. I
Okay.
hate that term.
I think it's mid.
I'm a grandpa.
50 followers, and we ride our hover-rounds to the Grand Canyon and do a special.
And we storm Area 51 too.
Not on the hover-rounds.
It's fascinating to me because I love history, right? But it's fascinating to me that the knowledge that we know predates the knowledge that we know, if that makes sense.
So how does this tie in with the ocean? The motion of the ocean.
Because it has to do with sailing.
Oh, okay.
Hello?
Sorry, I thought you were going to bring out the Loch Ness Monster. Or something.
But what's cool about all the old maps also is all the sea monsters that's on them too.
Oh yeah, they'll have like drawings of sea monsters and spots, and
Yeah. So
Why do you think that is?
when I started looking this up for research, and I was trying to figure out why there were so many sea monsters on these old maps, guess how many Smithsonian websites popped up?
45.
No. We're like 6 or 7.
That's close.
Smithsonian websites right in a row. And if you're a tinfoil guy, then you know that the Smithsonian holds all the secrets.
A lot of them.
Yeah.
I've been there. Have you guys?
I think I have been before. I think I have been.
In D.C.?
Yeah.
Jeremy would love it.
What, the Smithsonian?
Yes.
I've been.
What was on display? Because I know they change out the display.
My
all the
uncle
time.
had to hide his knife in the bushes.
Oh,
Oh.
man, that sounds like me.
This sounds like a good story. What was your uncle doing with a knife in
He's-
D.C.?
Always has a knife on him.
Yeah. Me
Or
too.
did. I don't know if he still does. This is not my Mississippi uncle. This is the Maryland uncle.
I wonder if there's footage out there of Jeremy's uncle, like, bending over into a
So does he have
bush.
a gas station knife or like?
I don't.
Good knives.
This was 2007. I don't.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I do
this was
not
before he got
remember.
into knives.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, before, which I haven't yet, so it's still before. But one day I will.
Yeah, but good old sea monsters, man. Good old sea monsters.
I like sea monsters.
And this brings us to Cryptid Corner.
Oh, no.
The Cryptid Corner. Up against a flat wall. 'Cause we're in the Cryptid Corner.
I don't think that one landed like you thought it would.
I was trying to
no, it didn't.
figure out where you were going.
Well, I'm close to the corner of the wall, so I'm almost in the corner. I'm
Yeah.
like 3/4 to the corner.
He's in a
3/4 cryptid corner.
Oh man! So this monster,
Why do we have to call them monsters? They're just misunderstood.
I'm misunderstood.
You're not a monster.
I'm misunderstood.
Are you a monster?
Always.
Ooh. All right. Tell me about the monster.
Oh man! So the barmouth monster. Have y'all heard of this one?
No.
No,
Negative, sir.
I haven't either. But I chose this one. Because there are sightings that go all the way back to the 1800s.
So,
So-
relatively recent.
So
Yeah.
relatively recent.
As Vandy
Few-
might say.
A few years ago.
Pre-Civil War. Yeah, relatively recent. But the barmouth monster is a serpentine sea monster spotted off the coast of Wales.
I have a serpentine belt.
Cool. Thanks for the information. So this is mainly in and around the Miena Strait.
Yep. Been there.
So this monster has been spotted since the early 1800s. So the monster has been described in many different ways, and one description claims it is serpentine, while other claims it seems to be similar to a crocodile, with footprints as large as those of an elephant. Makes sense, right?
That's a big animal.
So it is said to be about 10 feet long. So 10 feet long with footprints the size of an elephant, that's
Are
wild.
these like a bear's tracks, or is it more reptilian? Where it's
Or is it like circle like a elephant?
I mean, I don't know. But, I mean, if it's like a crocodile, but it's got the footprints the size of an elephant, I'm assuming it's got crocodilian feet,
yeah, it's got like individual
but
toes.
large. But it only gets to about 10 feet long. So it's not a huge...
Have we killed one?
No.
Because that's the thing humans do. We don't know something. We see it. We
Not
kill
that
it.
I know of. I mean, not at least the stories that I've read.
Okay.
So, but I mean, here we have a sighting in 1805 near the Miena Straits, and a ship reported an encounter with a large sea serpent. And this serpent was reported to have wrapped itself around the ship's mast, and the creature stayed until the ship's crew attacked it. So, I mean, you know, but
So this thing got onto the boat, went up the mast, wrapped itself around, and everybody's cool with it.
yeah,
Until
and how,
one guy says, "Okay, I'm gonna throw something at it."
Let's just stab it and see what happens.
yeah, and how it climbed the mast with elephant feet. I don't know. I mean,
It wrapped itself. It was slithered up,
like a
maybe.
snake.
It doesn't need defeat. They're
it
just
said
there for the
serpentine.
intimidation factor.
But after they attacked it, the serpent fell back into the water and reportedly stalked the ship for another 2 days before giving up and leaving. That's a wild claim. That's a wild claim. That was all the way in 1805.
I want these to be real.
I'm just picturing a really long snake with elephant feet.
Well, that's how they're describing it. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
And that's,
I feel like they just kind of rolled dice and whatever animal.
yeah, it's like,
Elephant, okay. Elephant snake, okay.
Well, have you heard how they describe? Okay, so in medieval
Yeah.
Europe, a few people went over and saw an elephant, and they tried to describe it, and they drew the depiction, and it's like this wild-looking thing. Have y'all seen those pictures?
I have. It's incredibly like.
It's horrible.
Well, but I sometimes think we see stuff and we try to explain it to each other, and it's big. Like when people from the Americas first saw like an actual gorilla.
Oh, yeah. They described it as like Bigfoot.
Yeah, it's exactly, and probably that's what Bigfoot is.
No.
Yeah.
Well, that's another discussion. Anyway.
Yeah, keep going.
So another sighting was in Bristol Hill on January 16th, 1883.
Okay, more recent.
Oh, yeah.
We
A
were
woman claimed to have found 4 footprints that were the size of an elephant's near the Baldock estuary at Barmouth.
Let me ask you guys a question. If you guys wanted to pull something like this off, how easy or hard do you guys think it would be? Because this sounds like somebody's just playing a joke on a bunch of people.
Well, like back then, it had been pretty easy, but today
People were gullible.
But today you can't because there's too many cameras around.
It's an elephant's foot. Let me get this barrel and just smash it into the mud.
I mean, look at my phone. It has like 50 times zoom on the camera,
that's true.
and it's pretty clear.
And spectacles weren't exactly a big thing to get back then.
So here's the most recent, a more recent one, and it's in January 2016.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the Lenarth.
You got this?
I can't read, y'all.
this just in. Andrew can't read.
Anyway, this person, it's a name. Let me tell you.
He's been making up the story the whole time.
First thing came to mind: elephant feet, snake. Go with it.
Yeah, I just forgot a cryptid today, and I'm just coming up with something that sounds good enough. But anyway, they supposedly took a picture of it in 2016.
Okay, now we're working.
Yeah, and it's a quote monster-like shape in the estuary of the river Arion, 60 miles away from Barmouth.
Do you have a picture of it?
I do.
Can you send it to us? We can throw it up on the screen for YouTube.
What does a monster shape mean?
Monsters have a shape, Jeremy.
The picture is grainy, of course. If you've seen the Loch Ness Monster picture,
Yes.
you've seen this picture.
Why?
Oh,
I don't.
okay.
It's any picture after 2010 has no excuse.
I know. But I mean, this one, it's like they zoomed in, but you can see it. It's like in a river, and there's a bridge behind
Just
it.
Nessie.
But
You're
it
not fooling me.
it literally looks like Loch Ness.
Where's the elephant feet?
So I mean, from a distance, that could literally look like a piece of driftwood.
Yeah.
And they're saying that it's it, but
I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes I think.
I mean, it literally looks like a log. They even zoomed in on it, and it literally looks like a log.
Yeah, sometimes I think imagination takes over.
So I don't know if you can see that, Vandy.
Yeah.
But that's what the picture is.
Yeah, it looks like a log.
It looks nothing more than a log. So
That's exactly what it wants to look like.
yeah. So
It's
I
a
mean,
monster.
is this a real cryptid? No, I don't believe so at all. What were the sailors seeing? I have no idea. They were probably all hallucinating from scurvy and everything else.
Maybe they saw a drowning
It
elephant. The trunk. It's a serpent.
Yeah, it was like a serpent.
A shipping
There you go.
vessel from India. They crashed, and you have an
They just didn't
elephant
know.
swimming. I mean, they swim like crazy. Elephants swim like crazy, but
Yeah.
I don't know, man. So, but good old DST, is that a drug?
No, not quite.
I know that there's DMT. So, is this a relative of that?
Daylight savings time.
Oh, so it is a drug.
As Jeremy stretches
Yeah,
From
it's a
his nap.
stretch.
and cracks his bones.
Well,
Well, Bessie, what you got?
It's to help the farmers,
I'll
Jeremy.
tell you what I got. So, earlier this week at work, near the beginning of the week, someone brought up that stupid
Why is it
quote
stupid?
that Vandy earlier said he'd never heard, which I find hard to believe, but he also doesn't know Anne Frank, so it's not that hard to believe.
Nobody knows her. She's been passed.
But the quote, Andrew, I'm sure you've heard the quote that they're like, an Indian chief said, only the white man could think you could cut off a foot
Yeah.
of a blanket and put it on the bottom and have a longer blanket. I hate that. I hate it so much. It's a fake quote. It didn't happen. Quit lying. Quit. You're stupid. Susan, shut up.
Elizabeth
Oh,
Warren.
Susan.
I wasn't gonna name names, but it like I hate it. And that's what made me want to talk about it today, because, well, it's arrogant ignorance. That's what I like to call it.
Nice.
That quote, or the idea behind the quote, because it's basically like, I don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense to me. Therefore, whoever came up with it is stupid and had no reason for it.
Well, of course.
Therefore, I'm going to make fun of them. I hate it. I just, like, that kind of stuff irks me so bad, and I don't know why. I take it personally, but I do. So I wanted to clear up the name of daylight savings time for everybody. I wanted to, make everybody think positive. No, not think positive about it. Before I start, what do you guys think of
I
daylight
hate it.
savings time?
I hate it. There's no use for it. There's no point of it. It needs to stop.
Okay, I have a follow-up question, but first, Vandy.
I don't care. But if I had a choice, get rid of it. We have these things called light bulbs.
Okay, the
Turn it
follow-up
on.
question.
Get rid of time.
No. The follow-up
Then
question
people will be
is,
late for work.
okay, you say you hate daylight savings time. Do you hate actual daylight savings time, or do you hate the time change?
I hate the time change.
Would you prefer standard time or daylight savings? Daylight savings is summer. Standard time is fall.
It doesn't matter. Keep it one of the two.
Yeah, I don't think it matters either.
Okay, I have my own thoughts, but I'll get to that after, because I don't want to.
No, get to it now.
No, I want to
Now.
present the information as neutrally
No.
as possible.
I want to hear your bias.
Oh, I will give my bias.
I'm very biased on this because I hate it.
I will give my bias, but I first want to give the information beforehand, so it doesn't
Quick question.
come.
How do you spell biased? B-U-Y-E-S-T.
How do I spell it?
Yeah.
Don't ask me because I can't spell or read.
Do you really just not know how to spell it? Or you,
No, I know how to spell it.
Can I spell it with the B?
Me too.
But let's go over the history, shall we?
You just threw him for a loop.
No, you didn't. No, you
Not
didn't.
physically.
You couldn't throw me if you wanted to.
Not you, him.
Oh,
Because he can't read or write.
I thought you were talking about
You
me.
said B, and he's like, what is that?
Oh yeah, Andrew.
What's a
you probably
bee?
did.
The birds and the bees. Oh, my.
Man, dude.
Wasn't it created for the farmers?
Interesting question. We'll get to that later. We're gonna start from the beginning. So daylight savings time starts back in ancient Rome, except not really.
So not that recent.
It always goes back to the Romans.
So ancient
sir.
Rome, or just that time period, it's not really special to Rome. Like, everybody kind of worked with the sunlight hours. So for the longest time in history, that's how we kept up with time, right?
Yep.
Sunlight. We didn't necessarily cut it into 12 hours, but the sun was out, that's when you work. And then Benjamin Franklin came onto the scene.
Oh, that guy.
And everyone says he invented daylight savings time.
Wait, who's Benjamin Franklin?
The man who
The guy who invented daylight savings time,
I'm joking.
if you believe the myths.
And he
Because this
had
is
a bunch of bodies in his basement.
this is what they mean by him inventing daylight savings time. He made a joke that said, if you want to save candles, wake up earlier. That's it. That's his daylight savings time invention right there.
Imagine having a joke so good. It's so good. People are like, yeah.
So no, he didn't do daylight savings time. It happened quite a ways later. 1895, George Vernon Hudson. Everybody knows him. Everybody loves him.
Yep.
He wanted to have a system far worse than what we already have. He said, change hours by 2. 1 hour by 2.
What?
And everybody was like, absolutely not. Get out of here. Nobody likes
Could you imagine the work day the next day?
And so he died alone, forever, and miserable.
Because he was 2 hours late or early.
Then, 1907, William Willett had an even worse version. Like I did not know you could get worse.
Is it worse than his first and last name, William Willett?
Maybe. His idea was, starting in April, every Sunday, advance the clock 20 minutes.
What?
Until
Hate it.
September. And then in September, start going back.
Hate it. Hate it. Hate it.
I do too.
It just does not make any sense.
It's,
I hate it.
like I said, it's even worse. Like...
That's so stupid.
So nobody liked that idea. Apparently he tried repeatedly to get them to vote for it, and this was in the UK, so not US.
Makes sense.
But nobody liked it, so it didn't happen. But you know what did make daylight savings time happen? Wasn't the farmers. The farmers hated it, by the way. My understanding of daylight savings time was that it was for farmers and for trains.
Yeah.
Because everything runs on that, and so they're going to be operating earlier, so we move our time earlier to match what they're going to do. That's what I'd always heard or thought it was.
Explain the trains. I've never heard that.
Well, I think trains is like, if I remember correctly, time zone is trains,
Okay.
and I think it bleeds together to me.
Okay.
I don't think trains actually have, but for some reason in my mind, that's always been a part of it, but it's not. The real reason, either of you want to guess, in 1916... when Germany was the first to adopt daylight savings time, do you want to guess why?
Nazis.
Why?
Well, what was happening in 1916?
World War
One.
And that's the reason why.
So we just decided to get up earlier than them and fight them
No,
earlier?
Germany decided to get up earlier.
Oh,
first.
so they tricked us.
Germany did it the first, and then Britain, France, and U.S. joined the next year.
That's wild. I always thought the U.S. implemented it first.
Technically, Canada did it first, but it was like one small section in 1906, and it didn't really last. And I don't even know why they did it. But like the first country to adopt it was Germany in 1916, and then U.S. and other countries.
So how many countries in total today?
I don't know. I didn't look that up. I don't care enough.
Let me look it up.
But they adopted it, and the reason they did it was because they needed to conserve coal, so they needed people not being out as late. So they're like, let's get up earlier because people are sleeping in through sunrise now. So they adjusted it to force people's schedules to change.
Old Google says approximately 70 countries.
Yeah.
Only 70.
Yeah, it needs to go away. But
Abolish DST.
But then once the war ended, DST went away. They didn't stick around, which is surprising because usually wartime efforts, it's temporary and it stays. Went away, World War II happens, and they're like, oh, bring it back.
Whoop, you betcha.
Oh, yeah.
So they brought it back for World War II, went away after World War II. And then in 1966, the U.S. finally said, you know what, states? You guys can make it if you want to. And so some states did. Some states didn't. Some parts of states did, and some parts of states didn't.
Oh my
and they all implemented it at different times. So it wasn't uniform. It was like this state might have it in May. This state may start in April.
What a chaotic mess.
And so, yes, exactly. It was messy.
Oh
so
my gosh! Even thinking about shipping and industry and
I think in the 60s that started. By 66, Congress said, "Okay, we're not forcing everybody to do it, but here's the dates it starts. The last Sunday in April, last Sunday in October is when it ends. Like if you implement it, it has to be these dates." And that's how it is today. As far as not everybody does it in the U.S. Some states don't do it, but most states do. And then in the 70s, there was an oil crisis, an energy crisis, and so they extended DST to be earlier and start earlier and later. And then they've adjusted it again for similar reasons recently. So now we start at the beginning of March instead of April. And the beginning of November is currently when it ends in the United States. It's different in other countries, but that isn't in the U.S. And the reason is it helps the economy. Which is garbage.
Oh, it does.
It's garbage.
Energy drinks go through the roof.
So, all that to say, my opinion on daylight savings time is that there was a purpose. It made sense at the time. But current day, it's useless.
Well, caveat, just set your alarm earlier.
Well, it's not. The reason why it's not that simple is because it requires everybody's schedule to change. And it's easier to just adjust time than to say, okay, everybody, get up an hour earlier.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's just easier. It's easier to make one change than to expect 300 million people to make a change.
So what's your preference then? Going back to the beginning.
Well, okay, so I think it should go away, but I prefer daylight savings time over standard time because I hate it getting dark early.
Yeah.
That said, either way, just get rid of it. I wouldn't be upset if it was standard time. In fact, it makes sense to go to standard time. The thing is, it's not going to happen, at least in the U.S., because politics is so stupid.
Well, didn't they vote to get rid of it a few years ago?
Yeah, but then it didn't go anywhere. Like they voted to approve it, and then the other whichever House Senate, whichever never took it up. And it's never going to happen because whoever's in power wants to keep it as something they can use as a, look at us, we're going to take care of this. And then the other side doesn't want them to get a win.
Yeah, and Trump, he was talking about it earlier this year.
It's politics. It's never going to be taken care of because it's an issue everybody agrees on, so they can basically wag it in your face.
And they were asking him if he wanted to change it, and he's like, "Oh, I might. It depends.
But we need it did have a purpose back when it was first instituted. And honestly, even in the 70s, like I think it's literally the past like decade and a half, 2 decades is when it's really become like we don't need it anymore. Yeah. Because even in the 90s, you'd find people's homes that didn't have electricity, didn't have running water. Like it wasn't super common, but
you could still find.
You could still now if you have that, you're choosing not to.
Yeah, good old Appalachia.
Right. At this point, it's no longer like this is just where I've always lived. It's like no, I want to get away.
Yeah, which
is very different. And you probably still have a phone. So now it's like there's no need. It does not save energy. They lie and say, oh, it does, but studies have shown it makes minimal difference, if at all. Doesn't really impact the economy because most people don't work with the sun anymore.
No. I mean, we got second shift, we got third shift.
I'm telling you, it's a light bulb. Just get one.
They have people who get up at like 8 or 9 o'clock every day, and whenever daylight savings hits, it just changes to an hour earlier.
Yeah.
Naturally, they keep their schedule because that's their schedule.
Yep.
Internally, not so.
That's why it makes no sense.
We no longer need it. We should get rid of it. I think it's stupid. But I also think Susan is stupid for talking about...
Who is Susan? Are you talking about...
I'm talking about a generic person name I can say without being too...
Oh, Karen.
On the nose. Yes, Karen. But
it's wild. It's wild to think about the progression all the way from Benjamin Franklin.
Yeah, the Benjamin Franklin's just a myth. Like, he had nothing to do with it. He just made a joke about get up early, and somehow people are like, that's him making deals. It's like, no, it's not. That's really not.
It's a high-level thinker. Making jokes about something.
Well, I guess we could
mid-level thinker. Let's get this right. Benjamin Franklin's not that special.
Special
he gets
needs.
way too much credit.
Yeah, he was a psychopath.
He was. He went around sleeping with
Yeah.
people, and that's about it.
Yeah.
And shocked himself. Ooh.
And he got on the currency.
No, I mean, he was an important guy. He did a lot of...
No, I'm obviously being
Yeah.
harder on him. I think he gets too much credit though.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
He
wasn't the inventor of electricity, but...
He's overhyped.
Who's flying a kite, though?
Let's go fly.
That is copyright.
Mm,
Is it?
We're going to have to give away some of our sponsorship money because you just sang.
Three words.
Yeah.
5 words.
Sure.
Anyway, don't ask me to do anything.
so are we ready for some good old tinfoil?
No.
Are we ready for some bad old tinfoil?
Yes, all right. Let's jump into tinfoil or truth.
Explain the rules to me.
All right. Rules are I read you 2 headlines. You guys have to choose which one is true and which one is tinfoil, which I kind of don't like because I like tinfoil things. But either way, I got 5 for you guys. I think you guys are tied up, right?
Yeah, he won 1. I won 1.
Yep. Okay. So,
1-1.
first headline is CIA declassifies Operation Acoustic Kitty, which is an operation where spy cats were used during the Cold War. That could be a whole episode if it was true.
Yeah.
The second headline is U.S. military tested bio-listening devices on dolphins to spy on the Soviet submarines.
This one's harder
Okay,
than they have been.
I've heard things about both of them. So
We'll let Andrew go. I think I know, but I'll let Andrew
I'm
talk.
going to say the first one.
Do you want the kitties or the dolphins
Man,
to be
I'm
real?
going to say tinfoil and true. It's just my gut.
I'm going to say tinfoil and true also.
Y'all are both wrong.
My gut lied to me.
Well, I've heard
The
things,
kitty cats were real.
I've heard things about both, man. I've heard things about both. I've definitely heard about the cats thing, but I've also heard that they've tried to.
I think the dolphins was much more recent.
Yeah, I've heard that they tried to work with dolphins and stuff like that to be.
Also,
spies.
just the dolphin one makes more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're touted as the
Well, no, just because cats, what are they going to do?
Well,
sit there and listen. Which the whole story behind that was they tried to implant them and then make the cat get a certain level of training where it would go someplace and sit down, and they just found that the cats would just wander off.
When will we learn cats don't listen to us because they're alien?
well,
gods?
didn't one of them get run over?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Like they sunk millions, I think, into this.
yeah, it was a few $1 million.
It's insane. Yeah, insane in the membrane. Now we got to pay them too. All right. None of you guys scored. Come on. What's wrong with you?
Oh well.
Get your hats on. All right, here's the second set. First headline is government scientists once collected human tears to test for radiation exposure.
That's an odd.
Yeah,
That's an odd way to tell.
that's out there. All right, headline number 2 is Project Sunshine, where the U.S. scientists secretly collected human bones to study nuclear fallout.
Tinfoil. True.
Jeremy?
I'll give it the old tinfoil true as well.
Yeah, y'all are both right. That's a crazy one. They went out. I think some of this was like in after we bombed Japan or something like that.
Oh.
Either way. So 1-1. Y'all are just copying up answers. Whatever. First headline for set number 3 is U.S. Navy admits to possessing, quote, off-world vehicles not made on Earth.
True.
The second...
Always.
Why the Navy, not the Air Force?
No.
They're the ones in the sky. Or the Space Force now.
You're the one in this.
Well, they submerge. They go whoosh.
Jellyfish. Headline number 2. Declassified report suggests that U.S. Air Force once built a prototype, quote, anti-gravity engine.
True tinfoil.
Jeremy?
True tinfoil.
Stop copying
You're
me,
just
man.
copying each
I
other.
said that's true already.
All right, this next one.
Well,
kinda,
we're right.
Wait.
Yeah, you guys are right.
Okay.
See?
So you basically at 0-0 right now. So this one kind of is a little bit close to home. So I would hope y'all would know this in one of these headlines. But first headline is leaked documents claim U.S. tested low frequency sound waves to influence human behavior.
True.
The second is HARP facility.
True.
No, I'm not putting any double trues in here. HARP facility accused of controlling global weather patterns and causing earthquakes.
HARP facility?
Accused.
Go ahead.
I'm not
You
saying
go
that they did. I'm saying they are
So
accused.
what is a HARP facility?
Andrew,
Oh,
explain.
you don't know about
Dude, this is
HARP.
deep. This is deep.
Well, this is okay.
Just like picturing a factory of harps, and I'm like, yeah,
Yes.
there.
The
So-
frequencies.
quick version. There is a facility in Alaska,
And in Middle Tennessee.
and they really,
Yes. You ever heard of Oak Ridge?
yeah.
There's one there, rumored.
Oh,
But-
okay. Well, it's confirmed in Alaska that they do have one,
Yeah.
and they do. Let's say they test the weather, do weather experience and stuff like that, experiments, and a lot of people believe that HARP does control weather manipulation, along with other agencies. But
Yeah.
yeah, so that's the real quick version.
Tinfoil true.
True tinfoil.
I forgot which one I read first.
HARP was second.
So are we saying HARP is true or false?
I'm saying HARP is true.
Okay.
I'm going to change it and say, even though that I just explained it, because the last couple times you've said that places have been accused of, you turn around and say,
I think you're
wrong.
overthinking it.
Yeah, well, I always do because I hear so much conspiracy world. So I've heard all these, and all of them anyway. True tinfoil.
Yeah, Jeremy's right. All right.
I know what HARP is, by the way. I just wanted you to explain it for the audience.
Oh,
Oh, wow. He's got his hat on. He's been in the...
gaslighting me.
He was going to correct you if you said something wrong. All right, last one. Jeremy's up 1-0, basically. Operation Sea Spray. U.S. military released bacteria over San Francisco to test biological warfare.
True.
Second headline is Army once conducted secret, quote, city blackout drills to simulate enemy cyber attacks.
That sounds like it could be true.
Tinfoil true is what I'm going to say.
I'm going to say true tinfoil.
Andrew's right.
I gave that to you, Andrew.
Yeah.
All right, so
But
y'all
that
tied.
second one definitely does sound like it would be true. Like I would not doubt one.
Who'd you
bit.
say did the blackouts?
The Army.
Yeah, I'd say that's
I
why
mean,
it's
that,
not
like-
true.
Like, why wouldn't we be doing that?
It's
Yeah.
not the Army, it's just the government.
The Space Force. All right, so y'all are tied still.
Wait, how can we be tied when there's 5 questions?
Y'all got the same amount
I'm
right.
just joking. I'm just joking.
Well, you see,
Just
Andrew.
Yeah, I'm testing your brain, there, Vandy.
It's not working. My brain is not working. All right.
Gladio.
Can I tell you about Gladio?
I don't know, can you?
Can I? I can.
Are you legally allowed?
Like my father once said to me,
May you tell?
it's like my father once told me, if I may, I may.
Oh, may you?
I may. All right, Project Gladio. Anybody ever heard of it?
No, I haven't actually.
Where'd it come from? Where'd it go?
Let's talk about buttered sausage.
All right. Project Gladio has to do with some weird stuff after a war.
Oh wow.
Okay.
I was going to say something after that, but then my brain went blank because I'm reading something. And wow, something weird happening after a war. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah. So I'm just going to read back my hook because I incorporated it into here. But imagine living in a country where you think you're free, where you think your government protects you. Yes, we all think that happens. Sarcasm. But hidden deep in the shadows, a secret army operates without your knowledge. An army not fighting foreign enemies, but manipulating you. What does that sound like? For a long time, Operation Gladio was thought to be a myth, but it was confirmed.
So how do you spell it?
Gladio. Gladio.
Okay.
At least that's how I say it, but it came from Italy, so they may have a different pronunciation. But either way, everybody knows who NATO is. Everybody knows that NATO's a group of countries that come together, etc., whatever.
Yes.
So Operation Gladio isn't a theory anymore. It was real. It was a real NATO-backed network of secret armies operating in Europe during, but also after the Cold War. This is the official purpose by NATO. It was to, quote, prepare to fight back if and when the Soviet Union invaded Western Europe.
Okay. So literally what NATO's for.
Yes. But in the 1990s, so pretty recently,
Pretty recent
compared to everything else we've been talking about, declassified documents were released that revealed these forces were involved in false flag terrorism, assassinations, and political manipulation inside their own countries. So NATO sets up this army, basically, of sleeper agents, for lack of a better term. And some of them go rogue.
As one does.
As one does. So, this is how it started. After World War II, everything went crazy between the West and the Soviet Union. Tensions were high. NATO, the CIA, and MI6 get together at a secret location and quietly build what they call stay-behind armies. Meaning, if the war ends, these guys are still staying there. What they told their families is that some of these guys died in the war, when in reality, they did not. And many lived alternate lives in Europe with other families.
That's something to live with, man.
That's insane to me.
Imagine being that soldier. That's crazy.
Yeah, they were literally being funded by our governments to form underground resistant groups.
Inside of Russia.
Inside of all of Europe.
Oh.
So not just Russia, but...
Probably not Russia at all.
Yes, there were.
Yes, they were.
Yes, there were. Or so says the documents. Either way, they were highly trained in whatever country they were in. They were ready for warfare. Heavily armed up to RPGs, and in one case, a tank was hidden in a barn.
Nice.
And it was completely secret and pretty much blacklisted from any document.
Well, it would have to be.
For a long time. But like I said, Gladio wasn't just in one country. This is just speculation, but on paper it says these were the countries that it was in: Italy, Belgium, France, Germany, Switzerland, Austria, Turkey, the Netherlands, Russia. So that's a pretty big area to cover, in my opinion. This is where things kind of went wrong, because we obviously know that the Soviet Union did not end up going and invading. They disbanded all that stuff. And the idea was, once the Soviet Union disbands, we'll disband all these people, send them back home, whatever. But instead, these groups started targeting their own people. And their strategy was literally called, quote, the strategy of tension, by staging and encouraging terrorist attacks. This is where people speculate 9/11 came from, because they don't say, but it is implied that they had groups in the U.S.
I got my own opinions on that.
But they would do it mostly by fear and chaos. And these were guys that were trained like in high levels of technical skills, like IT, cracking into social media sites, doing different things like that. Citizens would then demand strong, quote, right-wing governments. That's what they were set up to do. To restore, quote, order and fight the supposed leftist threat. The good old Republicans. Back at it again. Can't believe you guys.
No comment.
So, the reason why we can no longer call it a theory is because in 1990, the Italian Prime Minister came out with a confession, and with documents, the Italian Prime Minister, Giulio Andreotti, I guess. I can't say.
That works.
Yeah. He comes out and publicly confirms Gladio's existence.
Confirms.
That's Italian for
Sorry,
confirm.
yeah, that was my Italian accent coming out just a little bit. So what happens then is Italy's parliament launches an investigation.
Launches an attack.
No.
Starting World War III.
And that's where we find out that those countries that I listed earlier is who just the Italian little group had contact with.
Just the Italian?
Yeah. So that's where there's speculation of, oh, there was probably ones in the West and probably all South America and North America built up throughout all the cities and countries. Then, once that came out, NATO declassifies records and the CIA declassifies records in the 1990s that reveal Gladio's funding, training, and get this, weapon stockpiles. And this is not confirmed, but it's heavily speculated to be true. Where do you think the Taliban, ISIS, Iran got all of their stockpile of weapons?
Us.
And why was George W. Bush so interested to go over there and get weapons of mass destruction?
I could say a lot of things right now.
Yes, we can.
I could say a lot.
George W. was innocent.
George W.
So, them unearthing these documents, they start to look. They end up finding stashes of NATO-branded supplied weapons and explosives, a lot of them in Belgium and in Switzerland. The two countries that, like, when World War was breaking out, they were like, no, we're not part of anything. So they got a lot of going on. And then they uncover that some of these people were linked to political killings and all kinds of other nefarious things to destabilize governments. One of the biggest ones was the, I don't know how to say this, Bologna?
It's pronounced baloney.
Bologna.
Bologna.
Bologna Massacre in 1980. How many people do you think they killed?
Well, considering it says massacre,
At least 3.
3 or more.
probably a lot.
85 people, and wounded another 200 in an Italian train station.
Golly.
Initially blamed on who they wanted it to be blamed on, left-wing radicals. It's traced back to this same group. So they didn't just like have this army and be like, okay, we're going to do something if something happens. They actually turned around and started doing stuff to their own people to make sure that in their minds the right politics happened and took place and the right politicians were in office and all kinds of stuff. And we're still trying to this day to track down how many weapons were sent, where they were sent to, if there's still more caches, and all kinds of stuff. That being said, if that was able to be kept secret for that long, people think that it's sort of an MK Ultra type thing where that was just one part of it and there's way more going on.
Oh, there's definitely still happening. They were like, oh, we released it. We're showing you that it happened.
Exactly.
When in reality, it's like, no, you're not stopping it. It's still going, and this is just to placate.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it did, but it doesn't anymore. Like social media campaigns, they're just, it's more advanced now. There's social media is fake. The perspective on social media is fake. It's not true. That's part of it. We've sent people to assassinate, to disrupt in recent years.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's a known thing across the world that we send in CIA agents to.
I don't remember when it was, but it wasn't that long ago, where we went into a country and literally created an alternate Twitter.
Yeah.
Made fake accounts that all said something. Everybody in the country joined it because I couldn't get the real Twitter and used it as Twitter, and all they saw was what we said, which they thought represented the whole world, and literally changed the opinion of the people in like 6 months to get them to vote for who we wanted in there.
So if we see that stuff happening, how much, and this is more of a question for people listening, how much do we listen to news in general or social media? Personally, I don't listen to anything on social media unless it has to do with like facts that I can verify.
Unless it's this podcast.
Yeah. I mean, when I read stuff like that, I'm kind of at a loss because I feel like the government should be taking care of its people and, in a sense, give free will to the people. But obviously, you have these groups that are out there that are doing whatever they want to do, essentially.
Yeah. You also have like I was saying before, and like Jeremy was saying, America is known for going from country to country, implementing what they want.
Yeah. Spreading our news, basically.
Yeah. And a big reason why the Afghan and Iraq war was such a failure is because we didn't necessarily go in there for weapons of mass destruction. That was the lie that was told.
Yeah.
And then we were like, oh, well, we didn't find them, but we're gonna make a new government. And so they started to try to create a new government, a democracy. But the people didn't want that. The people didn't want that, and that's why the whole thing failed.
Yeah, I think back in the day, like when Gladio was started, it was a lot easier to hide information just because, there's not Twitter, there's not Facebook, there's not all this infrastructure for sharing things.
Yeah.
And it was basically newspapers, radio.
It was very controlled.
Yeah, and nowadays people act surprised when we find out that we supplied the Taliban or ISIS, or they have weapons that at some point we had a dealing with sending over there, and they're in their hands now.
Right. My thing is, we are in a day and age where anybody can get their news from anywhere.
Right.
And there's a saturation of news podcasts and news YouTube channels. And they're always saying that the corporate media is dead, but at the same time they rely on them to tell the news to you.
Yeah,
that's my big thing. I'm sitting back here. They're saying corporate news is dead while they're reading off an article from CNN.
Is there an actual news outlet that you guys actually trust?
As far as
like big, I'm talking like the CNNs, the Foxes, those people.
No, and not 100%. Obviously, they have to tell you enough truth for you to come back.
Yeah.
But that's where you have to verify your sources from other people, from other news organizations. But at the same time, I mean, we see these videos all the time on social media of news anchors repeating the same lines.
Oh yeah, like verbatim.
This is how you know the social media stuff's fake. The TikTok stuff's fake.
Oh yeah, 100%
Is
too.
just like the news anchors, they're almost verbatim the same. Suddenly there's a topic, and suddenly there's thousands of TikTokers with the exact same opinion on it.
Yes.
And they say almost the exact same thing. And it's like, this isn't normal.
No.
Like, what you're saying isn't normal. And the fact that there's thousands of you saying basically the same thing, almost word for word.
On both
fake.
sides.
It's
on
just
both sides.
advertisement.
It's fake.
Well,
That's
it's-
what it really is.
There's been several people that have come out and said, hey, this candidate or that news channel or that company, whatever, they've offered me this amount of money to say this opinion on my
Right.
platform.
And I'm not doing it.
And I'm not doing it.
And they showed the emails. Yeah, there was something like that for Kamala Harris.
Yeah. Well, it goes on both sides. Both sides are doing it.
But what I was going to say with the news, kind of the way I try to handle it, because I think you should stay informed. I don't think we should say, well, we can't trust it and don't know anything. I think that's dangerous. I think not knowing is a terrible thing. So you kind of have to cut through it. And if you're reading an article and almost every fact has some sort of leading statement to it or some sort of like description before it, don't trust it, because even with the facts they're telling you, it's automatically being skewed to whatever descriptor they put in first.
They could be
like
giving
they'll talk
you half
about
of it.
Trump and say something he's doing, and they'll lead it with like, "Who is convicted of 34." It's like, you don't need that for this article. You're trying to make me think bad about Trump, so I don't like what he just did, regardless of if what he did is good.
That's why I hate what I would call like emotional journalism. Like, real journalism used to be back in the day. This is what I found out, and you make your decision on it.
Yeah, when journalists were getting threatened and killed,
Yeah.
I mean, that was back in the day. That was real journalism.
So, like, let me ask you this question: if we find out that like these groups were made, they did some pretty messed up stuff, what should be done about it? But also, what should be done?
Treat them like they treat the journalists.
Threaten them? Oh no! Like,
Sorry.
how do we not make that happen?
Well, first of all, we know that nothing's going to happen.
Right?
Yeah.
Nothing is going to happen.
That's the sad reality.
So-
Is like you feel so defeated because it's not if it's happening, it is happening.
When? Yeah.
No, it is happening, and we might find out about it 20 years from now whenever they're ready to cover whatever's going
just
on
like
in
right
20
now.
years.
It's been 30
and
years.
either the people who did it will be dead or nothing. Nothing will happen.
Yeah.
I just don't
Like,
understand
what
how.
happened to the people in Gladios?
We don't know.
Or Gladio, not Gladios.
Like, most of them are passed away because, think about it, they join the army, the CIA, whatever. They at least got to be in their 20s, 30s, at least.
And this happened after World War II.
Yeah, and this is after World War II.
Well, you said Cold War.
Yes,
Yeah.
but it initially started with World War II, where they're like, let's leave people behind in case, and then during the Cold War, and then stuff just
But
started
the
popping off.
people who orchestrated it, not even the people out there doing it. The people orchestrated it.
Oh yeah,
Nothing happened.
Yeah.
nothing happened to the
It
politicians.
just so happened that the documents came out.
Yeah. It,
So-
it literally took Italy's prime minister being like, this isn't right. I'm going to release everything.
Yeah, after everybody's already dead.
So I mean,
Right.
what can we do? It's not even what do you do. It's like what.
Well, as a little peon in society, you can't do nothing. I mean, besides, even if you voice it and there's a public outcry, I mean, you see what's going on with the Epstein files right now.
Yeah, I think
Oh, boy.
to kind of go something you said earlier when you said you think information's harder to hide. I think it's easier to hide now than it's ever been. I think the information is more available than it's ever been, but it's easier to hide because
We have so much.
because it's so easy to whoever has the information to make sure it doesn't get out to the people they don't want it to get out to. Because just look at COVID, the COVID vaccines,
Work.
the side effects with the COVID vaccines, and now YouTube's gonna put a little COVID thing probably, but like there were not the stupid stuff, not the it makes you magnetic, put stuff on me, not that garbage, right? I'm not talking about everything that was said negative about the vaccines, but there was some stuff said about the vaccines that were absolutely true at the time, and people were saying it. I heard about it. I'm sure you guys heard about it, but I have people who are liberal who never heard it, and
like
now the studies are coming out, and they're like, "Wow, I wish I could have known about this." And it's like, you could have. But they're not looking for it, and it's not going to be shown.
Well, as loud as one side screams, the other side screams just as loud.
So I think information is harder to come by because either you have to be seeking it out, and if it's against your opposing views, you're not going to be most likely.
It's sort of like the.
But it's not going to float to you on its own. They're not going to be honest.
Yeah, the algorithm.
It's sort of like I was talking about when we had Wednesday night. Like if I laid out one good apple in 1,000 apples that were rotten, what's the chances you're gonna go actually pick the apple that's good?
Yeah,
like assuming they all look the same.
Yeah, or 1,000 poisoned apples with one good apple.
Right. And nowadays, I've noticed that especially the media they'll mix in a bit of truth with a bunch of whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
but the sad thing is too, most people were just reading the headlines and then the first paragraph of the article.
Oh yeah.
I do it too.
Yeah, I'll scroll through headlines and I'll laugh at them because they're stupid all the times, or get mad because it's like, this is so unprofessional.
Yeah.
But at some point, people are clicking on them and they're eating it up. They're just taking it for whatever they're saying.
Yeah, because we gotta scroll to the next thing so quick.
I
so
really hate the ones where it's like, here's the headline, and then you have to scroll through garbage to get to what the headline said.
Yeah.
I hate those.
Like describing the person verbatim of every single thing that they've accomplished or that they're doing.
This is slightly off, but like there'll be recipes I'm looking for, and then like you click on it, and then instead of giving you that, it's like, here's their life story. Oh. It's like, I don't want your life story, Susan.
Dude, Susan.
I don't like Susan. Okay, she's annoying.
Oh man,
good old Susan. And then finally they get to the recipe, but then the recipe's written in like long, lengthy words. It's like, it's like, no, I just want to see the ingredients.
I want to know how many tablespoons.
how much vinegar do I use?
Yeah. How long do I leave it in?
Anyway, it's the same thing though with news.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
A lot of times. Where it's like, I want to know how this impacts the economy, not, well, Trump did this and leftists did this.
Here's the question now that I pose to you, that now that we know this took place, it was true, you can go look it up, you can read the documents, whatever. How much do you think that's happening in the U.S.?
Oh yeah, like I said, that's all over the place.
It's in almost every country.
You think so?
Yeah.
Let me rephrase it. I don't know. I won't necessarily say everything that happens is our own government doing it to us. We could be other countries, that are trying to influence us with some of the social media stuff. But in general, it's happening like all over the place.
I feel like a lot of, like the government, the people in government obviously aren't stupid, but I feel like they know if I just push the tower that way, it will fall that way.
Prime example, right?
Amazon. 2016
Trump and Russia hoax, right? It just came out, a few weeks ago, a month ago, something like that, that Trump affiliating with Russia was a plan orchestrated by Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama.
You mean that came out in 2016, actually. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
2015.
Literally,
I know.
As it was happening, that was what I was saying earlier. People are just now finding out, and it's like that.
And nothing's
that
happening.
Info that you're telling me we knew in December 2016.
Yeah. I mean, they've got the documents. Obama wrote off on it, and they know that it was a Hillary Clinton derived.
Yeah,
plan.
The Steele dossier.
Yeah, but see, this is the problem. This is why I'm like, I feel like sometimes information is harder to get, or the right information is harder to get for the masses, is because we have all of this junk thrown at our face, and by the time we actually get it like hard confirm,
Nobody cares.
it's too late for me to care.
Yep. That's how I feel about Epstein. Is like
It's too late for us to care.
Sure, the truth being out would be nice, but nothing's gonna happen. Why it
Nothing is going to happen.
on.
And okay.
We are going in a
Yeah, we're actually spiraling, and now the tinfoil hats we're printing them.
The tinfoil's glowing red right now.
no. I have like I try my best to be as objective as I can be on these things.
Yeah, I mean, this
obviously there's bias, so like a lot of stuff I'm like I don't want to jump to conclusions and believe everything.
I'll just say it like this.
But
if you think Trump's the savior, you ain't it. And if you think the other guy or woman is the savior, you ain't it.
Yeah. This isn't a political podcast.
Yeah, it is.
But
Bernie. He ain't it either.
AOC, thank you.
AOC.
Ain't it either.
But anyway, I mean,
Jeremy, Andrew, and Tinfoil Testament, and myself, I guess, we're it.
Tinfoil Testament,
First
2028. First trifecta
executive
president.
Order is tinfoil hats are mandatory.
Yes. Just to ensure the
We're
safety
saving
of
you
your
from
mind.
6G. It's coming.
Yeah, here.
7G!
No, 6. 6 is the number of man. That's the one that's dangerous. 7 is the perfect number. We're trying to save you.
All right, shall we wrap it up?
Actually, hold on. Before Andrew, I just want to make one small disclaimer. Not everything we say is fact, and we don't claim it to be fact, but we try to be reasonable.
He doesn't.
I'm always right.
Everything I say isn't fact, and I try to be reasonable.
Everything that we say is not fact.
I just want to make that clear.
We try to get it right.
We do not pretend like we are the authority on any discussion that we talk about.
Unless you're talking about tinfoil hats, then we got some
But I
suggestions.
just feel like, I don't know, I feel like that disclaimer is vastly needed with the back half of this one.
Maybe.
Well, nobody's going to listen this far anyway.
Probably
so.
not. But
Yeah, but for that one that's listening, Blake, you're awesome.
they're going to
Balaki.
say, I learned about oceans. That is enough for me today. Goodbye.
They said this guy doesn't even know how to read a story.
Daylight savings time. Will.
All right, Andrew, take us out.
3, 2, 1.
That's taking us in. That's the opposite of what we want.
1, 2, 3.
There you go.
Thanks for listening, Tinfoil Testament. We appreciate y'all listening, all 5 of our viewers. We will continue to get better at this, but for now, we're garbage, but we're trying.
Speak of yourself. I'm not garbage. I'm trash.
Goodbye.
Peace.
What?